Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Ash and I'm here with a review for Creatures of Ava. Now, this is out right now on Xbox. It released on the 7th of August 2024, developed by Inverge Studios and published by 11-Bit Studios. And I was lucky enough to be sent a copy for this video review. Now, the game's playable on Xbox Series X and S consoles. It's next gen only, baby. But it is part of the Game Pass subscription, or you can buy it for £20.99. Now, Creatures of Ava is a creature saving game where you'll explore the world of Ava, playing as this woman called Vic, who is a nature adventurer, and it's up to her and her friend Tabitha, who is this researcher, to basically find and save all of the planet Ava's inhabitants. Now, what's happening is basically there's this infection that's sort of spreading across the world. It's like weeds, basically. They have buds and it's infecting the animals as well. So it's up to you to clean the animals of their infection, because it makes them all act really aggressively and stuff like that. Sort of tame the animals so they'll trust you, and then take them to like an evacuation drone to save them from the planet. Now, all in all, the game itself is fantastic. I will say this right now, this is probably one of my favourite games of 2024. It looks fantastic. It has a bright, colourful, gorgeous world to explore, full of multiple biomes, from like grasslands to a swamp and a jungle. Whole host of unique characters and like over 20 different unique creatures to interact with. Now, the core game itself isn't overlong either. I'm a working man. I have kids. I don't get a huge amount of time to play games anymore, and these 400 plus hour games absolutely wreck me because I never get to the end of them. I still haven't finished Assassin's Creed Valhalla's like 400th DLC. But the core game playthrough, if you just play the story mode, is around 10 hours at most. But the core game also is just the sort of main story quests. There's then side quests and all the achievements and stuff like that to get. So you're looking at probably up to 15 hours worth of content here. Now, the main gameplay mechanic is obviously the creature saving. Not to be sort of confused with like Pokemon or capturing the enemies and stuff like that. You cleanse them with this staff. You then tame them by pulling out a flute, and you wait for them to sort of play a series of notes, and then you repeat it back to them correctly, and you basically tame them. Once tamed, they'll follow you around while you're still playing the flute, and you can collect tons of different creatures while you're playing. Now, one thing you can do as well before you evacuate them via the bots is you can sort of become one with them and control them and use their abilities. Each creature has their own ability, and these can be used to sort of like open inaccessible areas by like chopping ropes or going through places that your character can't go through, like holes and up ramps and stuff like that. So it's kind of used for finding secret areas and inaccessible places and stuff like that. Not necessarily needed, but for those that want to like fully explore the world and get all the achievements, it's definitely something you're going to want to look into. Now, on top of the main game, there's tons of side quests where you'll interact with the Narm, which is the like local race that live here. They'll have you doing all sorts of things, and the interaction between them is really nice. Now, the story itself starts with a nice sort of animated anime-style cutscene, which I thought was really cool. And the game itself features a lot of voice acting. Not all of it is, there's a lot of text as well, but there's a good chunk of it, and the major stuff is all voice acting, which I thought was good. And there's a lot of humour in the dialogue. Now, there's also collectibles to be found around the world, items that can assist you, and also things that are like data. So, like when you find games and there's like notes and stuff, that kind of thing. The game also features a crafting system. You collect plants and you can craft like healing items or like stamina boosts. as well as being needed for some of the quests. On top of all that as well, you have a leveling up system. You'll gain XP for completing quests and saving the creatures. When you level up, you'll be able to unlock new abilities or improve abilities you already have. And you'll also unlock specific abilities as you progress through the story. Now, this is like a nice big open world, but it is blocked off at points. So until you hit certain points of the story, you'll not have the abilities required to progress into certain areas. But then it gives you a reason to go back to places you've already been and sort of look and see if those abilities can be used to get to new places, find new things, and etc, etc. Now, all in all, I had an absolute blast playing this game. Like I say, it's probably in the top 3 games of this year so far. And you can play it right now as part of Game Pass, free by your subscription cost. Or you can buy it starting at $29.99 for the standard edition, or there's a deluxe edition with the soundtrack, an art book, and a few other bits and bobs for about £26. Now, it's playable on next-gen only Xbox Series X and S, but it's also available on PC and other platforms as well. Honestly, this game's great. It looks great. It plays great. It's a nice sort of length for me as well. Sort of 10 to 15 hours is perfect. I've still got a couple of achievements left to get from the more sort of non-story based achievements, so I'm going to jump back in and spend a couple more hours wiping them off. But overall, it's a very straightforward 1000 gamer score as well. But hit that like button, hit subscribe, and make sure you check out this game because it's absolutely fantastic. And I'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.